Coming up on DFE News, it's deja vu all over again. New information related to Jeffrey Epstein with politicians arguing over whether to release it. Also, a driver rams into ICE agents in a place you might not expect. And politics is getting weirder and wackier, but comedian Trip Uhalt suggests we all laugh about it to keep from crying. He'll lead the way. We've got news for you, those stories and more right now on DFE News. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on DFE News. News done right. I'm Jeff Kirk. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, comment so everyone gets to see DFE News. So much is going on. Let's get right to it. Well, stop me if you've heard this one before, but there's new Epstein documents and politicians are arguing and pointing fingers at each other over it. The House Democrat Committee on Oversight released 20,000 Epstein emails last week, which they say raise questions about President Trump's previous association with Epstein and his activities. They claim one of the emails says Trump spent hours at Epstein's estate with a girl whose name was redacted. However, the unredacted version of the email was already available, and the individual in question is Virginia Giuffre, who has sworn testimony on record saying she was never at Epstein's house with Trump and never witnessed him involved in any wrongdoing. Giuffre died in April of this year. Democrats also claimed Trump had Thanksgiving dinner with Epstein at Mar-a-Lago in 2017 during his presidency, despite the president and first lady actually spending that Thanksgiving serving dinner to Coast Guard troops at nearby Riviera Beach. President Trump, for his part, called on House Republicans to approve full release of the files in order to finally move on from what he calls a Democrat hoax. The House voted Tuesday afternoon to release the files in a rare bipartisan vote of 427 to 1. The one no vote was Louisiana Republican Clay Higgins. The bill now heads to the Senate for a vote before it can be signed by the president. Earlier this week, several of Epstein's victims gathered for a press conference urging the release of all the files. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has been facing increased violence this year, and you typically think of it happening in places like Portland or Los Angeles, but probably not Charlotte, North Carolina. A person tried to drive a van into ICE agents while they were conducting operations in Charlotte over the weekend, which they dubbed Operation Charlotte's Web. The driver immediately sped away, kicking off a high-speed chase through a densely populated area. He continued trying to ram police vehicles in an attempt to escape, but they eventually boxed him in. When the driver was arrested, officers found firearms in his vehicle. Also, Compare Foods, a grocery store chain in Charlotte, announced they would provide free grocery delivery to illegal immigrants to help them avoid potential contact with ICE. According to officials in Charlotte, out of 900,000 city residents, over 150,000 are foreigners. Fox News also reports that Charlotte is a major hub for human trafficking, ranking in the top 10 of U.S. cities. The rift between President Trump and Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene continues to deepen. MTG has given a number of stinging responses since the president recently went after her for breaking with some of his policies like support for Israel and immigration enforcement. In a Truth Social post, the president said he's withdrawing his support and endorsement from MTG, who he's now dubbed Marjorie Taylor Greene. He said despite all his accomplishments, all he sees her do is complain, complain, complain. He says he's willing to back a primary challenger for her in Georgia's District 14 and blasted her for going on The View. MTG has fired back, saying she's supported President Trump for 6 years without asking for anything in return, that he's drifting away from America First policies, and that the Epstein files have sent him over the edge. She also responded to the president's traitor nickname by saying a traitor is someone who serves foreign countries and themselves. Greene also went on CNN Sunday and apologized for taking part in, quote, toxic politics, saying she just wants people to be kind to one another. Mexican citizens may finally be reaching their breaking point with drug cartels as protesters stormed the National Palace Saturday. The demonstrators broke through a barrier and clashed with riot police at the National Palace in Mexico City over the weekend. Their anger seemed to be aimed against Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum, whom they say hasn't done enough to counter cartel violence across the country. Some even accused Sheinbaum and her party of working with the cartels and taking bribes from them. Earlier this month, Sheinbaum critic Carlos Manzo, the popular mayor of Uruapan, a town west of Mexico City, begged the president for assistance in fighting the cartels operating in his region. He was assassinated during Day of the Dead celebrations. According to PJ Media, there have been at least 20 assassinations of anti-cartel politicians since last year when Sheinbaum took office. Violence in Mexico has seen a drastic increase in the last few years. Hopefully, this is a turning point for them, and the good people won't lose hope in pursuing a safer nation. Our prayers are with them. Well, when's the last time you actually used a penny? It turns out that just might have been the last time you use a penny. After more than 230 years, the U.S. Treasury in Philadelphia minted the final U.S. penny last Wednesday. It's been rumored to happen for a while now, but the penny finally got the axe due to inflation, as it cost the U.S. Mint about 3.7 cents to make 1 penny, creating a loss of more than $85 million in just fiscal year 2024 alone. But don't worry, it doesn't mean your pennies are useless. Prices will still end in odd numbers of cents, and you can still use that bag of pennies at home to pay for things. There just won't be any shiny new ones joining the billions already in circulation. Well, RIP to the penny. Abraham Lincoln, whose face is on the penny, could not be reached for comment, but he still got the $5 bill. Well, for many Americans, politics just seems to be getting wacky. It's easy to just ignore it all when you're no longer sure what to believe, but Trip Uhalt with Oxymorons Comedy says, wait, don't check out just yet. He needs to help us laugh to keep us from crying about all the crazy things happening in the news and in politics. The Trip, as we reported earlier, there's a big feud going on currently between President Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene. He says it's because he won't return her phone calls. Any thoughts on that rift or any rifts between politicians going on?
Well, I heard that he wasn't returning her phone calls because she, rather than give Trump her number, she gave him the number to Domino's Pizza. So she's
not McDonald's.
That's right. Yeah, he's having the pepperoni pizza delivered to the White House and to the to his new dining room and thing that he's building there. But no, and as far as the her being on The View, well, that's like her first mistake. Anybody listening to The View and getting their news source from the sea hags there, the View really needs to be informed rather than opinionated, and they're just out to stir the pot. And as far as what she's doing and what she's saying and not saying is just we got to just trust the courts and the process will hopefully get to the bottom of it and not to somebody else's special interest is money. And as Trump is so happily calling it fake news, I think a lot of more people are on guard and trying to portray the news and reveal the facts, just like here on DFE News, properly and accurately, news done right, like you all do here, and not spin anything. And as far as Trump and everything else going on, and I guess like the Epstein files and whatnot, well, they need to listen to Hillary. She lost 30,000 emails, and now there's a paper trail for Trump, waiting for him in the. That's going to be voted on. What is it, 400 something to 1? I wonder who the single one holdout is, and it's a little bit laughable. But get hold of Epstein's partner, Giselle. Her little black book is going to be the one where the real dirt is, and we'll see. Who's in there, along with thank you. Clooney and the Clintons. Oh gosh, if I don't make it to work tomorrow, Hillary did it, and I don't want to get suicided overnight, but need to be careful what I say. The things that are alluded to have gone on at Epstein's Island are certainly worthy of investigation and of public knowledge. I mean, if we have heads of state and heads of countries going out there and doing things they shouldn't be done, that we've all heard the stories, then I think that they should be brought to justice, made public, and as is said in the Bible, sin hates the light, and I think a lot of these people are trying to keep things under wrap.
Yeah, it is interesting to see that now with the House voting on releasing the files, the vote was 427 to 1. I'm actually pretty amazed that there's finally an issue in the country that both sides can come together on this. Unfortunately, it's something as sick and perverted as the Epstein files. But you mentioned Ghislaine Maxwell, his Epstein's accomplice, and she's in what they call like a cupcake type of prison. Is that fair to all the people who commit crimes like this?
Oh yeah, she's serving hard time, just like Martha Stewart did. Yeah, having she only gets caviar twice a day, and has only 4 servants to bring her food and do her toenails and mani pedis, and so yeah, it's why this country is kowtowing to criminals and such. They is beyond me, and so. There's a reason that it's called incarceration and serving time and then paying your penance, but not a whole lot of funny about that. But it's just laughable what the politicians in this country are doing to it. And I certainly think that Trump is taking us in the right direction of getting rid of a lot of fat and pork and things like that, and getting back to smaller government. I'm sounding more like my father than a politician right now, but I think that these things need to be happening. And we've the George Soroses and special interests who are running the country and pulling the strings of the politicians. We need term limits and everything else, just like you've explored in your other shows. And it just the reason that the wheel goes around is because of the forces that are spinning it.
Yeah, a lot of spin seems to be going on right now in terms of spinning toward more socialist policies. Like we had the communist Zoran Mamdani win the election for the mayor of New York City.
We're gonna have to resew the flag with 49 stars unless we go out and get Greenland and put Trump Tower on that and replace New York as the 50th state again, just because of, we've lost New York. We remember Snake Plissken and Escape from New York, Mamdani and everything that he's bringing. I mean, did we not learn anything on 9/11 about, the policies and everything of that, bringing in Sharia law? I'm sorry, this is the United States of America, not we have our own laws and not those of foreign countries.
Yep.
Women, if women don't like Trump because they said that he, groped a woman, well, wait till Sharia law gets in place. Women won't be able to talk, drive, or even be educated.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's shift gears a little bit. Speaking of driving, I would love to give you a penny for your thoughts about the last penny being minted at Philadelphia.
Yeah, I saw a story just today that said the last penny had just been struck, and oddly enough, the picture was a 2005 penny. So, oops, whoever was in charge of that story, I guess I won't be able to leave my 2 cents anymore, and now that we're all on cell phones, I can't even call somebody who cares, for 25 cents. We can do what AT&T has done, or Epstein, reach out and touch somebody. No. I don't know where that came from, but take it for what it's worth. So the last penny, I got a jar full of pennies. It weighs more than I do, which is saying a lot, and take that to the bank. And now what did you say? I was busy with something, and I didn't quite hear what you said when things are purchased and they don't round up to the proper 5 cents or 0 cents.
So the prices are still going to end in the normal amount of cents that they do currently. Well, I mean, if that makes sense at all.
I was going to say, that makes no sense.
The penny is not going out of circulation. They're just not going to add any more to the current amount in circulation. So you'll still have something that ends in 47 cents or 53 cents, and you can still use your pennies. So
good.
We're not down to just nickels yet. They're not at the bottom of the totem pole quite yet.
Well, like you said, it costs 8 cents, 7 or 8 cents to make a penny. Well, that's our tax dollars and your government hard at work.
Yeah, that's definitely fitting antidote for the story. So, Trip, anything else you're seeing in the news recently that you're incorporating into any of your comedy?
Well, the world as we know it is laughable, and you don't have to really make much up. We got Trump giving tomahawks to Ukraine, and Putin. Putin's going to be Putin scooting here shortly if those missiles actually make it over there, and we need to end all that mess. And of course, Israel and Palestine, we need to God bless Trump for bringing peace there. I really hope it lasts, and we can find resolution for everybody and everything over there. But as far as the Russia and Ukraine, the biggest thing to come out of there is military underwear and camouflage underpants, which may or may not be the best thing for a wardrobe choice for a lot of people. But I do want to see the president of Ukraine do more of those dances that he does, a little break dancing, and get Trump doing his fancy dance, with his hands in the air. But that aside, nothing funny about war, and we just need to keep programs in place, and like it or not, the tariffs are working. There's a little bit of growing pains for everyone, but we're going to start seeing. Well, we're already seeing benefits from the tariffs lowering prices here in America, and prices are starting to come down. They bumped up for a little while, but eggs are back down at a manageable level where we can buy a whole dozen eggs cost the same as one used to under the previous administration.
Yeah,
and so and I'm the yolks on them that said.
So, Trip, tell us a little bit about Oxymorons comedy for any of our viewers who are not familiar with your group, or any upcoming shows that we should know about.
Well, thank you. Oxymorons comedy. We are a Christ-following comedy group. We have been we do clean comedy. We do comedy like Whose Line Is It Anyway? Improv comedy. We also do stand-up. And just because we do clean, family-friendly comedy doesn't mean we stink. We've been voted best of the Springs for the last since 2019, since I started the group. We bring the joy of the Lord to people, and we show people that our God is not just the God of thou shalt nots, but of great love, joy, grace, and forgiveness, and salvation through his son, Jesus. And we have a lot of shows right now, private shows that are booked through the Christmas and holiday season. And so we just, as a matter of fact, last weekend on Saturday, we made a big fundraising show for the Springs Rescue Mission here in town, raised a few $1,000s for them. And we raised about $10,000 a year for Christian charities, and also a orphanage in Uganda. And we just give back because the Lord has given to us. And if you ever want to come out to one of our shows, oxymoronscomedy.com, you can always find out more about us. When our shows are, every day we have clean and family-friendly memes, as you're looking at there, that we post. That's how I had to start the group. We had no following, and so I had to create an online presence. So I did so with memes, and got some following. We have 20,000 followers. We have 60,000 Facebook, 60,000 internet views. We get about, I think we get like 30,000 hits a month. And, if you're looking for somebody to do help you with a fundraising event, give us a shout. If you want us to entertain you for company picnic, Christmas party, whatever, just let us know, and we will be happy to do so with you. We're doing a Christmas party. That's where I was earlier tonight. We're at Comedy Practice. We have a Christmas show coming up, holiday show on Friday, and just comedy. Laughter is good medicine. God talks about laughter is good for the heart and soul, and a sad heart drives up the bones. Something like that. Those are my words, not God's.
Well, I definitely feel it. They definitely ring true. Trip, we've had your contact information on the screen, so those watching can get in touch with you if they have any questions or if they'd like to book a show. That's Trip Uhalt of Oxymorons Comedy. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Jeff.
Well, that's it for now. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, comment, and engage with us so that YouTube and all the socials push it out to more viewers. If you're interested in becoming a DFE sponsor, you can click on the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen. Thanks for watching DFE News. News done right. See you next time.